Chosen one, God breaks the silence. This truth can no longer be hidden. Listen closely, because what you are hearing right now is not by accident, and it is not something you were meant to overlook. I am breaking a silence that has lasted longer than you understand, and I am doing it because the moment has finally arrived for the truth to stand in the open. There were seasons when I allowed quiet to surround you, when it seemed as though heaven itself had stopped speaking, but that silence was never abandonment. It was preparation, protection, and the careful unfolding of something greater than what your eyes could see. If you feel something stirring deep inside you while you hear these words, do not ignore it, because missing this could cause you to overlook a blessing that was prepared for you long before this day arrived. You have walked through moments that felt confusing, lonely, and heavy, and many times you wondered why I remained quiet while you struggled. You asked questions in the dark hours of the night, and sometimes it seemed like the heavens gave no reply. Yet even in that silence, I was watching every step you took and guarding every breath you breathed. I saw every tear that fell when no one else noticed, and I heard every prayer you whispered when your voice felt too weak to rise above the pain. Nothing about your story has been hidden from me, even when it felt hidden from the world. If you believe that these words are reaching you for a reason, comment Amen. Now hear this truth clearly, because it is the reason the silence has ended today. There are things that were concealed around you, situations that were unfolding quietly, and intentions that were not visible to your human eyes. I allowed them to unfold because their exposure required the right moment, and that moment is now arriving. I am lifting the curtain that once hid what was happening behind the scenes of your life. The truth can no longer remain buried, because it is time for clarity, restoration, and the beginning of something new for you. Many people believed they could operate in the shadows without consequence. They believed that secrets would stay hidden forever, and that you would never see the full picture of what was done around you. Yet nothing escapes my sight, and nothing is beyond my reach. What was whispered in darkness has been recorded, and what was planned in silence has already been brought before my throne. I am the one who reveals what is concealed when the appointed time arrives. You may be wondering why I chose this moment to speak, and the answer is simple. Your season of confusion is ending, and your season of understanding is beginning. I have watched your heart carefully, and I have seen that you remained faithful even when answers did not come quickly. You kept walking forward even when the path felt unclear. That faithfulness is the reason you are now hearing what others will not hear. Before this truth unfolds further, take a moment and gently like the video so this word can reach someone else who is quietly praying for the same kind of clarity. You must understand something important about the silence you experienced. Silence is not always emptiness. Sometimes silence is the shield I place around my chosen ones while I arrange what must happen next. During those quiet seasons, I was redirecting paths, closing doors that were never meant for you, and guiding your life toward a destination you could not yet see. While you felt like nothing was moving, I was already shifting circumstances in ways that would protect your future. There were people who misunderstood you because they could not see the calling that rested on your life. Some spoke carelessly, some doubted your path, and some even tried to interfere with the plans I had written for you. Yet their voices never changed what I declared over your life long before you were born. Their opinions were temporary, but my purpose for you has always been permanent. The silence allowed their intentions to reveal themselves clearly. Comment 777. The truth that is now rising into the light will not destroy you. Instead, it will strengthen you and prepare you for the next chapter I have been building quietly in your life. You will begin to see connections that once seemed unrelated. Situations that once felt painful will suddenly make sense. Even the moments that broke your heart will reveal a hidden purpose that protected you from greater harm. I know there were days when you almost gave up. There were moments when exhaustion whispered that nothing would ever change. But every time you reached that point, I placed a quiet strength inside your spirit that helped you take one more step forward. That strength did not come from your own power. It came from me, because I never allowed the flame inside you to go out completely. You are not listening to these words by coincidence. This moment was arranged with intention, just as every turning point in your life has been arranged. I guided your steps through storms and through quiet valleys, so you would arrive exactly where you are now. And now that you are here, I am opening your eyes to what was hidden. The silence has ended, because the truth must now walk beside you openly. The confusion that once surrounded your path will begin to dissolve piece by piece. You will see who truly stood beside you and who quietly worked against you. Yet, even as these things become clear, do not allow bitterness to grow in your heart. I am revealing the truth so you can walk forward freely, not so you remain trapped in old wounds. You are chosen, and chosen people often walk through seasons of silence before the revelation arrives. Those quiet seasons build strength, patience, and wisdom that cannot be learned any other way. Every tear you shed became part of the preparation for what is now unfolding. This is not something that will happen all at once, but it will unfold step by step as you continue to walk beside me. The truth that could no longer remain hidden is not arriving to harm you, but to free you from the weight of what you never fully understood. Do you know why people everywhere are suddenly talking about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave technique that allegedly leaked from the CIA is reportedly changing lives across the globe. Supported by neuroscience, this short 7-second practice is helping everyday people attract money, freedom, and luxury into their lives. If you are seeing this right now, you are lucky because the page might disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments to discover the secret before it gets removed. For a long time, you carried questions that had no answers. You looked at certain moments in your life and wondered why they happened the way they did. You questioned why people who once stood close to you suddenly became distant or changed their hearts toward you. Those moments left marks on your spirit, and sometimes you wondered if you had done something wrong to deserve such confusion. But the truth you are about to understand will lift that burden from your shoulders. There were forces moving around your life that you could not see. Some were simple human choices, while others were circumstances that I allowed because they would eventually reveal the deeper purpose I had prepared for you. When things seemed unfair or painful, you believed that something had gone terribly wrong. Yet, I was guiding you away from paths that would have brought greater sorrow later. What looked like loss was often protection in disguise. My chosen ones often walk through valleys before they understand the height of the mountain waiting for them. The valley teaches patience, humility, and endurance. Those lessons shape the heart so it can carry blessings without losing its way. Without those seasons, the gifts I place in your life could easily overwhelm you. That is why I allowed the silence to stay for a time. But now I am speaking clearly, because your spirit is ready to hear what was once too heavy to understand. The truth does not arrive all at once like thunder. Instead, it unfolds gently, like the morning light slowly filling a dark room. You begin to notice details that once escaped your attention. Small memories begin to connect in ways they never did before. Comment 555. As these realizations grow within you, do not be afraid of what you discover. Some truths may surprise you, and some may even sting for a moment. But remember that truth is never given to destroy you. It is given to set your spirit free from confusion and hidden burdens. When the truth is revealed, it becomes a doorway to healing rather than a source of pain. There were times when people misunderstood your quiet strength. They looked at your patience and thought it was weakness. They mistook your kindness for naivety and believed they could treat you unfairly without consequence. Yet every action was seen and remembered. I never overlooked a single moment when your heart was tested. The truth that is rising now will gently place things back into their proper place. It will show you that many things that happened around you were not a reflection of your worth. They were reflections of the hearts and choices of others. Once you see this clearly, the weight you carried for so long will begin to lift. You will realize that you were never the problem in the way you once believed. Even during the quietest seasons of your life, I was shaping a path that would eventually lead you to peace. Some doors closed so suddenly that it left you confused and wounded. But those doors were never meant to hold your future. I closed them because something greater was waiting further ahead. You could not see it then, but you are beginning to sense it now. Your life has been moving toward this moment of understanding for longer than you realize. Every experience, every delay, and every unexpected turn played a role in preparing your heart. Nothing in your journey has been wasted. Even the painful chapters have become stepping stones, leading you toward the place where you stand today. As you continue forward, you will begin to recognize a new strength rising inside you. It will not feel loud or overwhelming. Instead, it will feel steady and calm, like a quiet confidence that settles deep within your spirit. This strength comes from knowing that I have been guiding your life, even during the moments when you believed you were walking alone. There are still blessings ahead that you have not yet seen. Some of them are already moving closer to your life, even though you cannot see them clearly yet. The truth being revealed today is part of the preparation for those blessings. Without this clarity, you might not have recognized the opportunities that are about to appear before you. That is why the silence had to end now. The time has arrived for you to walk with open eyes and a clear heart. I am not only revealing what was hidden behind you, but I am also preparing you for what is coming in front of you. The path ahead will hold moments of joy that will remind you why you endured the difficult seasons in the first place. There will also be moments when you must choose forgiveness instead of resentment. Forgiveness does not mean that the pain never happened. It means you refuse to let that pain control the direction of your future. When you release the weight of resentment, you create space in your heart for peace to grow. Comment 999. You may notice that your perspective on past events is already beginning to shift. Situations that once seemed overwhelming are starting to look different. You can see how certain events protected you from paths that would have drained your spirit. You can see how some separations were necessary to guide you toward healthier connections. This growing understanding is one of the gifts that comes when truth is revealed. It allows you to move forward without carrying unnecessary blame or regret. It teaches you that not every difficult moment was a punishment. Sometimes it was simply a redirection towards something better. Remember that your story is still unfolding. The truth that is rising now is only one chapter in a much larger journey that I am guiding for you. There will be new opportunities, new connections, and new experiences waiting ahead. Each of them will carry lessons that help you grow into the person I created you to be. Could a brain ritual revealed by the CIA be the fastest way to step into a life of luxury? Recently uncovered CIA research has brought attention to a powerful brainwave method that is helping ordinary individuals attract wealth almost instantly. This simple 7-second ritual you can do at home has been confirmed by 4 neuroscience labs. People are moving from debt to dream homes, luxury cars, and vacations. If you are seeing this, consider yourself fortunate because this page could be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it disappears. Do not rush this process. Truth unfolds gently because your heart deserves time to absorb what it learns. As clarity continues to grow inside you, you will find yourself standing with greater confidence than before. The doubts that once whispered in your mind will begin to fade as understanding replaces confusion. Through all of this, never forget that you are deeply known and deeply seen. Every moment of your life has been part of a larger story that I have been writing with care. The silence may have lasted for a time, but it never meant you were forgotten. It only meant the right moment had not yet arrived. As this truth continues to unfold within your life, you will begin to notice that your spirit is no longer weighed down the way it once was. The heavy questions that once followed you everywhere will slowly lose their power. You will start to breathe a little easier because understanding is replacing the confusion that once surrounded you. This is one of the quiet miracles that happens when truth steps into the light. It does not only reveal what was hidden, it also heals what was wounded. There were seasons when you wondered if your prayers were reaching me. You spoke with sincerity and hope, yet the answers seemed delayed. In those moments you sometimes believed that the heavens were quiet because your voice had grown too small to be heard. But your prayers were never lost and your voice was never ignored. I heard every word and held every tear you released when you believed no one was listening. What you did not see during those quiet days was the way your life was being rearranged behind the scenes. Certain paths were being closed because they would have taken you somewhere that would have wounded your spirit even more deeply. Certain relationships were shifting because their place in your life had already reached its limit. Those changes were painful, but they were also necessary. Protection often arrives disguised as disappointment. You are beginning to see that now. The truth that is rising is slowly revealing the purpose behind events that once seemed random or unfair. Your heart is realizing that even the moments that felt like endings were actually turning points, guiding you somewhere better. This awareness will strengthen you in ways that you could not imagine before. It will remind you that my presence was always surrounding you, even when your eyes could not recognize it. Comment 333. My chosen ones often carry a deep sensitivity within their hearts. They feel things strongly and care deeply about the people around them. That sensitivity is not a weakness, even though the world sometimes treats it that way. It is a gift that allows you to understand compassion, kindness, and mercy in ways many others cannot. Yet that same gift sometimes makes your heart vulnerable to disappointment. When people misunderstood you, it hurt deeply because you approached them with sincerity. You believed in honesty and loyalty, and you hoped others would carry the same spirit. When their actions revealed something different, the pain felt sharper than you expected. But those experiences were also teaching you an important truth. Not everyone who walks beside you is meant to walk with you forever. Some people appear in your life only for a moment. They bring lessons that shape your wisdom, even if their presence eventually fades away. Others remain longer because their journey is closely connected with yours. Learning to recognize the difference between these two kinds of connections is part of the growth that I have been guiding you through. As the silence has broken and the truth continues to unfold, you will begin to recognize which connections in your life are genuine and which ones were only temporary. This understanding will not always be easy, but it will be freeing. It will help you place your energy where it truly belongs. Your heart will begin to feel lighter because it will no longer carry responsibilities that were never meant for you. At times you may look back at your past and wish certain things had turned out differently. You might wonder how life would look if certain decisions had never been made, or if certain people had never left. Those thoughts are natural, but do not allow them to hold your attention for too long. Your past was part of the road that led you to this moment of awakening. Every step you took, even the ones that felt like mistakes, contributed to the wisdom you now carry inside you. Without those experiences, you would not see the truth as clearly as you do now. You would not recognize the importance of protecting your peace and guarding your heart. Sometimes growth requires walking through difficult terrain before reaching a place of clarity. Comment 1010. Now you are entering a new season where that clarity will guide your choices more than confusion ever did. You will start to trust the quiet voice within your spirit that gently leads you in the right direction. That voice has always been there, but the noise of past experiences sometimes made it difficult to hear. As truth settles into your heart, that voice will become stronger and easier to recognize. There will be moments when you sense that certain doors are opening before you. Opportunities that once seemed distant may suddenly appear within reach. Do not be surprised when this happens. These moments are part of the blessings that grow out of seasons of patience and faith. When you remained faithful during the silence, you were planting seeds that are now beginning to grow. You will also notice a deeper peace entering your spirit. It will not depend on circumstances or approval from others. Instead, it will come from knowing that your life is guided by something greater than temporary situations. This peace will allow you to move through challenges without losing your balance. It will remind you that you are never walking through life alone. Remember that your journey is still unfolding. The truth being revealed now is only one part of the greater story I am writing through your life. There are chapters ahead that will bring joy, growth, and purpose in ways you have not yet imagined. Each new step will reveal another layer of understanding. Have you heard about the hidden ritual the government supposedly does not want people to discover? Imagine spending only 7 seconds and watching your debts disappear while wealth flows into your life. A leaked CIA document, along with confirmation from 4 leading neuroscience labs, suggests this technique is real. Families who once struggled financially are now stepping into dream homes and living with peace of mind. However, this information may not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. You spent a long time trying to understand why certain chapters of your life unfolded the way they did. There were moments when you searched for answers everywhere, hoping that something or someone would explain the meaning behind what you experienced. Yet the explanations you found never seemed complete. Something always felt unfinished, like a story missing its final page. That is why I am speaking now, because the time has come for the deeper understanding to enter your life. Many of the struggles you walked through were shaping your spirit in ways you did not recognize at the time. When challenges appeared, you believed they were obstacles meant to stop you. In truth, they were shaping your character and strengthening the quiet courage within you. Without those moments, you would not carry the wisdom that now rests inside your heart. What once felt like pressure was actually preparation. There were nights when you sat quietly and wondered if anyone truly understood what you were going through. The world around you kept moving, yet inside your heart there was a storm of thoughts and emotions. Even though you felt alone during those hours, you were never abandoned. I was present in every silent moment, watching carefully as your strength slowly grew. Comment 222. The truth being revealed now will allow you to look back at those moments with a different perspective. Instead of seeing only pain, you will begin to see the hidden guidance that was surrounding you. Certain events that once seemed unfair will reveal the protection they carried. Paths that once looked promising but suddenly closed were never meant to hold your future. Your life has been moving through a careful process of refinement. Just as gold must pass through fire to reveal its purity, your heart has walked through trials that revealed the strength within you. Those experiences were not punishments, they were transformations that prepared you for the path that is opening before you now. You may notice that your reactions to certain things are beginning to change. Situations that once disturbed your peace may no longer hold the same power over you. Words that once wounded your heart may now pass by without leaving the same scars. This is a sign that your spirit is growing stronger and more centered. When truth enters your life, it often changes the way you see both the past and the future. The past becomes a teacher rather than a chain that holds you back. The future becomes a place of hope instead of uncertainty. You start to recognize that every step of your journey has carried meaning, even when that meaning was hidden for a time. There are still blessings ahead of you that you have not yet imagined. Some of them will arrive quietly, almost like small gifts placed gently into your life. Others will appear as opportunities that challenge you to step forward with courage. Each blessing will carry a purpose that aligns with the path I have prepared for you. Do not be surprised if you begin to sense new direction in your life. Ideas may appear in your thoughts that inspire you to take steps you once hesitated to take. Doors may open where there were once walls. These changes are signs that the season of hidden preparation is giving way to a season of visible movement. Yet, even as these opportunities appear, remember that patience will remain important. Growth does not happen overnight. Just as a seed must grow quietly beneath the soil before it becomes a tree, many blessings unfold gradually. Trust the pace of the journey, because every stage carries its own purpose. Comment 1111. One of the greatest gifts that truth brings is freedom. When you understand the reasons behind your experiences, you no longer feel trapped by them. You begin to move forward with confidence because you know that every chapter of your life has contributed to your strength. Instead of feeling defined by your past, you start to feel guided by the wisdom it gave you. There will be moments ahead when your courage will be tested again. Life will still present challenges because every journey contains both calm waters and strong winds. But now you will face those moments with a deeper understanding. You will remember that you have already overcome storms before. Your faith will become steadier because you have seen how silence eventually leads to revelation. You will remember that when answers seemed distant, they were actually being prepared. That awareness will allow you to walk through future uncertainties with greater peace. Continue holding on to the quiet confidence that is growing inside you. It is not pride or stubbornness, it is the steady assurance that your life is guided by a purpose larger than temporary difficulties. That assurance will help you remain calm even when situations around you seem unclear. As the truth continues to unfold, you will notice that your heart becomes more focused on what truly matters. Small distractions will lose their hold over your attention. You will care less about approval from those who do not understand your journey. Instead, you will care more about living with sincerity and kindness. This is part of the transformation that occurs when silence ends and truth begins to speak. Your priorities begin to align with the deeper purpose that has always been present within you. You start to see life not as a series of random events, but as a guided path that is leading you somewhere meaningful. Never forget that you are not walking this path alone. My presence has been beside you from the first breath you took. Even when silence surrounded your life, I was still guiding your steps in ways that protected your future. The truth that can no longer remain hidden is not simply about the past. It is also about your identity and the strength placed inside you. You are stronger than the struggles that once tried to break your spirit. You are more resilient than the doubts that once filled your mind. You may look back now and realize how many times you doubted your own worth because of the way others treated you. Their words, their actions, and their choices left questions in your mind that you struggled to answer. You wondered if you had somehow fallen short or failed in ways you could not understand. But the truth that is unfolding now is gently correcting those thoughts. Your worth was never determined by the behavior of others. Could a secret discovery connected to the CIA explain why many people are suddenly living in luxury? Newly surfaced CIA research reveals a brain technique that attracts wealth almost effortlessly. The ritual takes only 7 seconds, can be practiced at home, and is supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are leaving financial struggles behind and enjoying luxury lifestyles today. But this information might be removed soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. Many people walked through your life carrying their own burdens, fears, and misunderstandings. Sometimes they projected those struggles onto you without even realizing it. Their actions created wounds that made you question yourself. Yet those wounds were never meant to define who you are. They were moments in your story, not the final description of your life. You are beginning to see now that the silence you once experienced was also a time of spiritual strengthening. While you believed nothing was happening, something powerful was growing quietly within you. Patience was taking root. Wisdom was developing in ways that could not have happened if life had always been easy. These gifts often grow in hidden seasons before they become visible. Comment 1111. The truth that has come forward is helping you understand that your journey has always been guided, even when it felt uncertain. You were never abandoned in the moments when life felt confusing. I was present in ways that your eyes could not recognize at the time. Every step you took was watched carefully, and every challenge you faced was known. There were moments when you stood at crossroads and did not know which direction to take. You weighed your choices and feared making the wrong decision. Yet, even in those moments, guidance was quietly surrounding you. Sometimes that guidance appeared as a sudden feeling to walk away from something. Sometimes it appeared as an unexpected opportunity that redirected your path. Looking back now, you can begin to see how those small moments shaped the larger picture of your life. They kept you from places that would have harmed your peace. They led you toward experiences that strengthened your spirit. Even when you did not fully understand what was happening, your life was being gently steered toward a greater purpose. You may also realize that the silence you once feared gave you time to grow in ways that noise never could. When the world becomes quiet, the heart begins to listen more deeply. In that quiet space, you learned lessons about endurance, humility, and compassion. Those lessons are now part of the strength you carry today. Do not underestimate the value of what you have learned during those seasons.